Good evening, friends. I'm trying to fill the space which was meant for Professor Christopher Benninger, who couldn't be with us today because of his ill health. About a few weeks back, he was detected with urinary tract infection that kind of spiraled out into many other things. Touch wood, he's out of danger, he's healing well, and he is in the house, fatigued, and he could not attend. Hence, I'm representing him. Of course, I'm very young and very small as compared to him to fill his shoes to the kind of status that he holds upon. Friends, it's a great honor to receive the IIA Gold Medal, which is given by none other than the professionals of Indian Institute of Architects. When the professionals recognize the efforts of a person and his life, it is the highest honor that one can achieve. In a similar manner, CEPT University has bestowed him with this year the first ever honorary PhD in the month of January. We were there at Ahmedabad CEPT University campus for the convocation. It was so funny, which was also an eye opener for myself. He came to India in 1971 on an invitation from Professor B.V. Doshi, who's no longer with us, to start the School of Planning in Ahmedabad. At that time, Professor Benninger was a tenured professor of architecture at the Graduate School of Design, Harvard University, parallelly also doing his PhD in city planning at MIT. As fate would want him to be in India, he discussed with his teachers and he took on a journey crediting taking the credits of his course into a city planning degree and then set on to a journey to come to Ahmedabad and to start the School of Planning. This year, the Lalbhai family, the Board of Governors of CEPT University, has honored him with the first ever honorary PhD. And on receiving the PhD, he said, "When I left Cambridge, I annoyed my father, who told me, 'Why don't you finish your PhD and then go to India?' And then he said, 'Someday I shall finish it.' And that someday came at the age of 81 for him when he received the honorary PhD. And he was very, very happy about that. Friends, our talents are bestowed to us, or let's say they are loaned to us. And these talents, like all of you, what you have, professional talents, are the ones that transform societies. We as architects, city planners, urban planners, engineers, have a greater responsibility in building the nation. India is in a transforming phase. 40% of India's population will move into the cities. At such rapid urbanization, it is nothing but a challenge for people like us to build the cities for future. And for the companies that Dr. Pai, who is sitting here as a chief guest, Tata Projects, in building the nation. We all know Tata Projects has built a wonderful, iconic Parliament House, which is nothing less than a pride for us and for the nation, sir. I must tell, Dr. Pai, we are very closely associated with your projects. CCBA Designs is working on 23 metro stations, which Tata Projects is building. The Metro Line 3, which starts from Hinjewadi to Shivaji Nagar station. We are trying to build the stations for them because they wanted some good elements of design over there. So we're very happy to be in partnership with you. And if you look at it, the way Tata Projects is kind of chartering a growth factor in the urban transportation. That is phenomenal. They've been part of building part of the Atal Setu in Mumbai. They're building metro stations, metro lines. India has already built about 850 kilometers running length of metro lines, which makes it the fifth country with such expanse. Very soon we will be number three when we leave behind Korea and Japan. So if you look at the amount of urbanization and the amount of urban transformation happening, one could even quantify to the point that almost 700 to 900 square meters of construction, million square meters of construction is happening each year in India, which is nothing less than adding a Chicago to our country every year. That's a very large portion of construction which is happening. As you can see, I always say Pune is a country with Pune is a city where it always feels like it's a construction site, and this is not happening today. It's been happening for the last 15 years. So it makes us feel we have to be a little bit more responsible in the way we build our cities. We have work in hand. Now, the last point I would like to tell is a poetic statement which Professor Christopher always talks about, and which is written in his favorite book, which also became the best-selling architecture book in India that has been translated into Chinese, into Bangla, into Gujarati, many of them. He says, and I quote, "Architecture is a curious craft. One structure may follow all the laws of design yet be worthless. One structure may have to sin against architecture to reach perfection." So, friends, there is no real formula to build something beautiful. It has to be felt from within. Thank you very much.